All right, so like I said, joining me in the studio this morning, I have Francesca Ziga. She's from the Colleague Teaching Hospital, and she's going to educate us some more about HIV and AIDS. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thank you. And you?
Good, I'm fine, thank you very much. First off, we mentioned two separate ailments here in introductory, HIV and AIDS. A lot of people misconstrue them to be the same thing.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
Yeah, there is a big difference between being HIV positive and then being said that you have AIDS. Being HIV positive simply means that you as an individual has HIV virus in your blood.
Right.
And being an AIDS patient simply means that you have an HIV that has gone further to destroy your immune system.
Okay.
And as a result, opportunistic infections have set in. And when that happens, the immune system is not able to fight this opportunistic infection.
Okay.
Then you come up with a syndrome. So from the word AIDS, what it means is acquired immunodeficiency virus.
Right.
What it means is your body has acquired deficiency in
its immune system.
Yes,
right.
As a result of the effect of HIV
virus.
Virus. Okay. And when that happens, all infection that your body could have been able to fight would not happen.
Okay.
Hence the patient exhibits signs of those infections.
Okay.
So the term AIDS explain what's
okay. So at the point where you have HIV, and let's just say we have checked our status, and we've realized that you have HIV. If it gets too far and it gets to the point where you do have AIDS, you cannot regress back to HIV. You have AIDS at that point in time, and it's incurable.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we also talked about contraction, how people get the virus. We were told sex, we were told needles. Do you mind just giving us a rundown of the different types of ways we can contract HIV?
Yeah. Contraction of HIV is simply through getting exposed to infected body fluid.
Okay.
It could be in the form of blood,
okay,
semen, vaginal fluid, milk, breast milk,
okay,
even any discharge except urine, saliva, tears.
Okay.
Certain body fluids have been found to contain high concentration of the virus.
Right.
Hence, they actually predispose an individual that gets exposed to those fluids.
Okay.
Yeah. So sexual intercourse, as has widely been known, is one of the ways that a lot of people get infected with HIV,
mm-hmm.
mainly because the vaginal fluid is found to contain high concentration of the virus. The semen also has high concentration of the virus.
Okay.
Breast milk, when a mother who is HIV infected happens to especially misfeed an infant
mm-hmm.
who is less than 6 months old, that child has the high tendency or is at high risk of getting infected
through the breast milk.
Okay. Especially if the mother is not on any ARVs, okay. That's antiretroviral medication. Then secondly, through blood transfusion, if it happens that the blood that is being transfused is not well screened and it comes from an HIV infected individual, there is that high chance that anyone that has transmitted with that blood will also get infected. But right. The good news is most blood that has been transfused are thoroughly screened.
Right.
Then we also have some class of people that actually indulge in certain type of activity, that's using drug.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens that they are using sharps, that there's exchange of sharps, syringes among them, and one person happens to be infected, because when it inserts, it comes out with a
level of blood in it.
Yeah. Any other person that gets his or herself injected with that needle will also get it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to education, a lot of people are not aware that the virus, even Mama Lou confirmed it, that the virus can actually stay dormant within the human body for up to 10 years plus.
Yes.
Now, within that period, you may not have any symptoms. Is that correct?
It all depends on the immune system.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I tell my client that HIV doesn't kill, and it's true, HIV doesn't kill. It's the opportunistic infection that kills.
Okay.
And during the time of getting infected, and then to the time that you start showing symptoms, there is that high chance that you would infect others when you engage in high risk activities. Yes. So during those times, let's think it's actually broken into stage. When I get exposed to the virus now, it can take averagely up to 12 weeks for my the test that is usually conducted here in Ghana to tell me that yes, Francisca, you have HIV.
Okay.
Mainly because it is an antibody-based test.
Right.
It takes up to 12 months for the body to start producing antibodies that the test is able to pick.
Okay.
Meanwhile, during that period,
you could still be infecting.
Yes, I could still be infecting people. Then from 12 months upwards, you get into a stage that is usually asymptomatic. Your body fights it, you get a flu-like symptoms, you recover, and then you just live normal.
And then you just think it's not there anymore.
Yes, you think it's not there. Then everything goes on. But
okay, so within this period that you have, you may have HIV. We haven't got to AIDS. What are some of the clear symptoms that one would manifest?
Yeah, the initial stage or initial symptoms that someone will exhibit when he or she gets infected is basically like the malaria type of symptoms that everyone gets.
Right.
Increase in temperature, chills, fever, and then that clears.
Okay.
Then from that onwards, maybe up to 7 years, all depends on the individual's immune system.
Okay.
Skin manifestation in form of rash could also exhibit. Some have basically skin itching.
Right.
Some would also show skin rashes, and as I said, it all depends on the individual's immune system.
Okay.
And that is what we call the stage 2. From stage 2, you move to the stage 3, where the individual starts losing weight. Certain opportunistic infections starts appearing, showing.
Yeah.
And you take a medication, you go to clinic, and it clears. But within a short time, it resurfaces.
It comes again.
Yes. So depending on the kind of infection that you have, then
that will show the symptoms that will come out with it.
But once common infection that most HIV patients present with, especially when they are getting to the latter stage, is TB.
TB,
yes, tuberculosis. Okay. Hence, we usually say that HIV and TB are more like cousins.
Right, they come hand in hand with each other. In your professional capacity, your experience, everything that you've seen happening within our shores here in Ghana, do you think that the public is educated enough when it comes to HIV and AIDS?
Well, I think Ghana is not doing bad when it comes to education on HIV, AIDS. But I think there's more that needs to be done again, because education have to go on all the time, and that will actually bring about awareness and then change of attitude in individuals.
Let's go through some statistics. Now, what's the prevalence at the moment? I know we were saying beforehand you don't have anything for 2014, but you've got some of the statistics for 2013. Okay, and what did they say?
Yeah, the prevalence has dropped from, that's 2012, it was 1.37.
Okay.
But as of 2013, it has dropped to 1.3.
1.3?
Yes, so there's a slight drop in that aspect. And then a new infection that's in the general population has also dropped slightly. That's in 2012, the new infection there were about 25,531 new infection.
Okay.
As against 12,077.
Okay, so that's up significantly.
Yes, there's And then the same applies to mother-to-child transmission of HIV, especially to the newborns. For pregnant women who get to know about their status early during the course of pregnancy, and if interventions are put in, that also helps reduce transmission from the mother to the child. that has also dropped significantly. I don't have the figure, but in some hospitals we are recording zero infection, meaning babies born to HIV infected women are not getting infected, provided the mother abides by what
she's been told.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, just before we do wrap up, now this is one thing that will come of major concern to people who are living with HIV or even family members and the rest. Are there any dangers of an HIV positive person being in a relationship with another HIV positive person and them giving birth and having kids?
Yeah.
None at all.
No, there's no danger at all.
So long as they're taking the antiretroviral
and then doing what they are supposed to do and not engaging what they are not to.
Right.
Yes.
There's no issues.
Yes, and we have quite a number of such couples in our clinics, and they have kids that are HIV negative.
Right.
Because what we basically tell them to do is they are not supposed to engage in unprotected sex. They are supposed to go in protected. And before the woman gets pregnant, we also insist that she's on medication. And when that happens, the viral load goes down, and then the chances of transmitting the virus to also reduced.
Okay. All right.
So we have a lot of HIV positives, parents giving birth to HIV babies.
All right. So you heard it yourself from the professionals. We're trying to give you as much education as we can on World AIDS Day. And if you're out there and need any more information at all, I'm sure any health professional will be willing to help. And also you can contact us here at TV3. We'll give you as much help as possible.